Hey there, this is Dawn Clevisall with Stress-Free Bookkeeping. This is our weekly broadcast of Stress-Free Bookkeeping TV. This is episode 10. So we've been doing this for 10 weeks. I hope you're getting a lot of good information. Today I wanted to pop in and talk to you about the number one thing out of the 5 things that you should be doing every single month if you're not already doing them in your business. I call it Show Me the Money. You cannot record anything inside of your accounting system without using sales receipts and invoices correctly. You're not going to get good data. There are ways to just, lump deposit into your bank account, and a lot of you might already be doing that. But if you really want to be tracking your sales tax, you want to see what accounts are actually making you different kinds of money. Like for me, I do bookkeeping services, but I also do training. We have payroll. So there are different levels that I want to track. I want to be able to pull up a report that's a quick report that shows me everything. And so what kind of brought me around to talking about this week is that I was doing a cleanup recently on a client account. And what I found was their chart of accounts, which is the list of accounts that you use inside of your accounting. So that has your income and your expenses, your equity accounts, all of the ones that you should be tracking, and anything that you're entering into your accounting system comes through this sheet called your chart of accounts. It's usually about 1 or 2 pages, usually 1. It's better because it's more streamlined. However, this company had 15 pages. And so the mistake that I saw was that they entered every single one of their products as a different line on the chart of accounts. So what I want you to do, just starting out as we're discussing this, you really need to think about those accounts as your summary of everything that's going on in your business. And that way it gives you a better idea. Gosh, I don't know, my throat's doing this. Sorry. So I think it's really important that you have reports at the end of the month that are good and you actually get valuable data out of them. So you can imagine if I was to pull a report that's usually 1.5 pages long from this other company's books, when they have 15 pages just of their account listings, I mean, they could have reports that are ridiculously long. So I can help you with that. So in order to give you some more information, I want to start talking about how do you show me the money? So sales receipts and invoices are going to be the lifeblood of collecting and recording those funds inside of your accounting system. So your sales receipt, you use a sales receipt when you are tracking a sale that's already happened. So I sold someone something and I know I have the money in hand and I'm going to deposit it. So I go over to the computer and I just do a quick sales receipt to record the transaction. When you're not doing that, when you know that you're going to bill them and they're going to pay later, then you use what's called an invoice. And the invoice lets you have a little bit more control over recording when things are paid. So some people are in cash accounting. I don't want to throw too many terms at you, but where when the money comes in, that's when it's income. But some people use invoices to track when they actually earned their income over the month. So you can do a report based on the cash that you brought in, but you can also, if you're using invoicing, you can say, what did we bill in this month kind of thing. So that's one of the ways you would use invoices. The other thing is if you have a sales receipt, you did a sale in person, but they gave you 2 different payment types, you can't split that on a sales receipt. So what we would do is we would record an invoice and then receive their payments to that. But in many accounting systems on the software, especially like with QuickBooks, I know for sure they're going to do this to you. I also use Accounting Suite and Xero. They want you to set up your items to use on your sales receipts and invoices. So you wouldn't go to a sales receipt or invoice and just put in the account from your chart of accounts. And the reason they do this is they want you to have that flexibility to have 15 pages of different items, right? But they can link back to a limited number of income accounts on your chart of accounts. So having the items gives you that flexibility. And again, every single item is going to link back to something that's in your chart of accounts. So it's really, really important, hey Rhonda, that you are setting it up correctly originally, so that you're not running into a problem of you go to invoice something and it's not linking to the account that you wanted it to link to. So really want you to keep that in mind. Your chart of accounts, just a really small list, a summary. It's going to be what's linked to your reporting. It's everything you want to see. So with that in mind, if you have 4 different product lines and you'd like to track those, this is a great way to do that. You're going to use your sales receipts and invoices to create items that link to the accounts that you want to see on your reports. And then once we go from there, really there's some steps on depositing those items, but I don't know if we should talk about that maybe next week. Or if you want, you can join me over at Stress Free Bookkeeping Social Club, and we can go into a little bit more detail about how to do some of these things, but really want to make sure that your direct sales are going through sales receipts. The sales receipts are using the items are linking back to your income accounts. And you really only have to do that one time. It's just, if you go in and you try to create an invoice, you're going to get really confused if you don't realize that, okay, that's using an item, that's using something else. So QuickBooks does a lot of those kind of things where if you don't know which steps you were supposed to do before, it can get a little bit confusing. So I wanted to make sure that you're recording this. We're saying, show me the money. You want it to be something you can go to inside of your accounting system, look at it. The nice thing also with the sales receipts and invoices, rather than just recording it as a lump deposit, you can go into each client's name and actually see the activity that happened on their account. So that's really useful as well. I mean, there's some businesses that if you just have a lump service, you can do it in your deposit screen, but honestly, if you're going to be in business for a while, it's better just to do it through your sales receipts, through your invoices, linking everything up properly so that you don't have to go back and have to pay somebody like me to fix it all once it goes haywire and crazy, or you grow to the point where you do now want to see that information. Just do it from the beginning and then you'll have it. Let me see. Let me check my notes real quick. Okay, I think I talked about that. Okay, and then I do have a new ebook. I actually made it over the summer, and I don't know why I've been really lazy about putting it on my page. So it's going to be over in the group. Again, we can do more discussion over there if you want to know, exactly how to do your sales receipts or invoices, or even how to set up those accounts in the chart of accounts. If you're interested, over in the group, we can do tutorials and stuff like that. So that's what the group's for. And again, it's called Stress Free Bookkeeping Social Club. And this is a place for you to get a quick answer if you have something that's driving you crazy. I know personally, I feel like every time I want to do something, it's not just a simple answer. If I want to do a live broadcast or something, it's, oh, there's these 5 different softwares, and you just kind of get in this drudgery of, oh my gosh, now what do I need to learn? You just want to get to what you were trying to do in the first place. So that's what the group's for. Jump over, ask your question. We'll get you on track. The ebook is called How to Tame Your Books in 5 Easy Steps. And Show Me the Money is the first step. So we'll be going over the rest of the steps later on. And I think the receiving payments and all that will be covered in those steps as well. So that's just a little teaser for next week. But again, this is episode 10 of Stress Free Bookkeeping TV. And I'm just really happy to be able to have this platform to talk to you guys, and hopefully it makes a difference. And if you comment down below, even if you're on the replay, I will get back to you and talk to you about that. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day.